He's buggered off. So he has, he's scarping.
Brave Scot Peterson ran away.
No!
Bravely ran away.
I didn't!
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail.
No!
Yet brave Sir Robin turned about.
I didn't!
Gallantly he chickened out. Bravely taking
I
to
never
his
did!
He beat a very brave retreat.
Oh, lies!
Bravest of the brave Sir Robin.
I never!
You said ISD. I'm sorry, what does that stand for?
So that's their school district police officers.
Got it. So those would have been people who were on scene
They
already.
already had cops in the school. There is no alternative to gun control. They had cops in the school. What more are we supposed to do? There's nothing more to be done. 20 kids can get snapped off like that.
Right now is Sergeant Eric Estrada from the Texas Department of Public Safety. Sergeant Estrada, appreciate you talking to us tonight. What can you tell us about what has occurred here?
Who needs some retail therapy, chat? Why don't we all go and get a new outfit? Now, make sure you're carrying and you have a bulletproof vest underneath your attire when you go to the mall. You never know when a mass shooting might break out. But hey, let's go do some retail therapy.
Well, sir, so first of all, our condolences to the families that were affected because of this shooting, but I do want to state that there were two different incidents. The first incident was involving the suspect at the grandmother's residence where he shot the grandmother, and then the grandmother was airlifted. And then the second incident that came in was actually involving, they called it as a crash, and a man with a firearm outside the school premises. There was several law enforcement that engaged the suspect, but he was able to make entry into the school, where he did go into several classrooms, and unfortunately he did fire his firearm inside the school premises. But then he was met with another tactical law enforcement agency, which ultimately were able to bring him down, and that suspect is deceased.
Yeah, the cops pussed out. They exchanged fire with the gunman. He ran into the elementary school, and they just waited. They let him kill a classroom of kids and their teacher. People drastically overestimate how easy it is to determine how someone is going to react to a life or death confrontation, even if they are a cop with a big ass truck who loves Rogan. Well, Aishri, I agree with that 100%, and I'm not trying to say that I would be some sort of hero guy. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you want to be a cop and you want all the praise and you want the badge and the 20-year retirement at age 40 and you want to make $150,000 a year with a GED level education and you want to do violence on people every day, when you run away like a coward, we all get to mock you. Your name gets shamed. You lose your pension. You lose your job. You know? That's the other side of the deal for all the worthless praise you get for doing nothing and eating donuts all day and harassing kids with skateboards and pot, teenagers and young adults. You get ridiculed when you run away and let 18 children die. If a soldier walks away from a battle, they get charged for desertion. So where the fuck is the charge for the cops? I 100% agree. If you run away from the battle without orders, you are considered a coward, and that's a crime in the military. Why is that not a crime for cops to do it? He did not have body armor, by the way. It's been proven. He did not have body armor. That's fake.
Where he entered through the south door of the Robb Elementary School, he entered, and that's when he started with his gunfire inside the premises.
You said ISD. I'm sorry, what does that stand for?
So that's their school district police officers.
Got it. So those would have been people who were on scene
They
already.
already had cops in the school. There is no alternative to gun control. They had cops in the school. What more are we supposed to do? There's nothing more to be done. 20 kids can get snapped off like that.
At the school.
That's correct.
Okay. Right now is Sergeant Eric Estrada from the Texas Department of Public Safety. Sergeant Estrada, appreciate you talking to us tonight. What can you tell us about what has occurred here?
Well, sir, so first of all, our condolences to the families that were affected because of this shooting, but I do want to state that there were two different incidents. The first incident was involving the suspect.
Okay, we're not going to rewatch that. Sorry, chat. And this happened in the Parkland shooting too, chat. Scot Peterson sleeps at night. The day 17 people were shot to death inside Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School, the only armed officer on the property stood outside, apparently doing nothing. This happens in mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. There's an armed cop right there, and they hide. It happens over and over and over again. It happened in Columbine too. In Columbine, the cops got there and set up a perimeter and sat there while they went around killing people all over the school. Then they eventually just stopped in the library and committed suicide. And the cops didn't go in for another hour. It happens in mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting. The cops run, they hide, they wait. Based on reports, there was an unarmed teacher who tried to stop the shooter but was gunned down. Teachers have been asked to handle COVID, handle shootings, handle harassment over CRT pedophilia accusation, and don't make a fraction of what cops make. Exactly. And they're better educated. And they do something of value. He appears from behind the storm door. Blue jeans, wire-framed glasses, and cop's buzz cut. You immediately see him. It's really him. Scot Peterson, the cops of the surveillance video. The grainy silhouette standing against a wall in the high school courtyard behind the white pole, not moving, not appearing to do much of anything at all. When they showed it on the networks, they freeze-framed it, drew a circle around him, an armed officer just standing there while those people were getting killed inside. There was an MSNBC analyst. There does appear to be a video of him from a distance, leaning up against a wall and clearly not going into the building. Based largely on the 439-page report by the Majority Stoneman Douglas High School Public Safety Commission, a group of 19 state officials and investigators. On 2:19 p.m. on February 14, 2018, an Uber dropped off Nicholas Cruz on Pine Island Road just outside his former high school. He wore black pants, a dark hat, and a burgundy J. Rotzi shirt in the colors of Stoneman Douglas. He carried a large bag containing his AR-15 rifle and several loaded magazines. He walked through a gate that was supposed to be locked while school was in session. Andrea Medina, an unarmed campus security monitor, spotted him. As Cruz jogged toward the east side of the three-story 1200 building, Medina radioed on a school channel to another campus monitor, David Taylor, already inside, that there was a suspicious kid heading in his direction. Taylor saw Cruz enter at the far end of a long hallway and lined with 10 classrooms, each with a window and its door. Cruz ducked into a nearby stairwell, and Taylor thought he might be heading for another floor, so Taylor took another set of stairs to try to intercept him. Inside the eastern stairwell, Cruz took out the rifle, snapped in a large magazine, and put on a vest loaded with more easy-to-access ammunition. You better get out of here, McKenna said. Chris McKenna walked in on Cruz. You better get out of here, McKenna said, Cruz told him. Something bad is about to happen. McKenna fled the building and found campus monitor football coach Aaron Fees, who drove McKenna to a safer location in a golf cart and returned to the building. I don't need to read you the whole way the shooting proceeded, but the armed cop just sat there and hid. It happens time and time again. If you want to learn what happened on those days, do it on your own time. I'm not going to traumatize you all by reading you all that shit if you don't want to see it. But I just wanted you to know cops are useful.
He's buggered off. So he has. He's scarpered.
Brave Scot off and ran away.
No!
Bravely ran away, away.
I didn't.
When danger reared its ugly head, he bravely turned his tail.
No!
Yet brave Sir Robin turned about.
I didn't.
Gallantly he chickened out. Bravely taking
I
to
never
his
did.
He beat a very brave retreat.
Oh, lies.
Bravest of the brave Sir Robin.
I never.
You have an obligation to like, comment, and subscribe.